What it do, everybody? It's your boy King Crowder back again with another edition of History You May Not Know and Things That Are Not Taught in Detail for Show. Today's lesson, we will take a deep dive into a clothes dryer legacy pioneer. His name is George T. Sampson. Let's call this gentleman King George. Did you know that he created the first ever clothes and dryer machine? Before King George created his inventions, we literally had to hang our clothing near a fire, often having a smoke smell and cover spots. George was born July 24th, 1861 in Palermo, New York. Sadly, you can also see that George passed away, not living a long life, before he was a slave, where he pivoted away for the modern dryers. In June of 1892, he created a better ventilated type of dryer and then came up with a way for enslavement people to dry their clothes at one point. He received the first patent for a clothes dryer ever. George invented the clothes dryer machine by making it more cleaner and a sustained air. Think about every time you wash clothes and you dry them, y'all. Did you ever know that a formerly enslaved man created that concept? He invented it, and ever since then, we have been building upon that original invention. He was so common to use his appliances in the home sake, he wanted to have his clothing line outside of that. Mr. George never got to see his original rights and royalties from that invention, since he was the founder of building that patent instrument. He wanted to make sure that each one of his family members could survive and his lineage be built upon to this day. When we first saw Mr. Sampson, we saw him in the public eye living in Dayton, Ohio. He also invented more of a slave propeller, a power station to make snow dryers easier. Subsequently, we saw Mr. Sampson make the automated clothes dryer. He was like many entrepreneurs of Black Americans about that day. He could not get hired at white companies, so he had to develop and start his own process. He designed so many inventions that he could not profit and ultimately get majority of his income from. He was a designer, an electrician, and an innovator who was growing up and had many type of utensils where he used gas and electrical based process. Mr. Sampson got most of his inventions really going around the 1930s and 40s when he tragically passed away of Alzheimer's late on in his life in 1902. Mr. Sampson inventions never got the credibility or love that he was granted, but we all must know King George should be known for making the modern day clothes dryer. He invented it, he created it, he made it easier. It's something that many Americans use every day that we have no idea that King George was the one that founded this idea. George T. Sampson, an inventor, an icon, formerly enslaved man, self-taught, self-educated, who made our life much easier. It's your boy King Crowder checking back out. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned something very beneficial and articulate to your life. Hopefully I come to you with these inventors and series about other parts of this American history that we never learned. It's important to tell every side of the story, y'all. That is the way we can grow and learn with each other. Mr. Sampson, an icon among us. George T. Sampson, forever grateful. Thank you, and until next time.